Welcome to season 4 of the Be Your Own Kind podcast. I am so excited to share some new ideas and experiences with you and also introduce some more wonderful and fantastic people on the platform. Be sure to visit our site, www.beyourownkind.com, to be able to keep up with the latest news and the latest blogs and content. Also, we have a Facebook community that involves giveaways, touch base, and exclusive deals. If you like the content, be sure to tip your girl a matcha tea on Ko-fi, located at ko-fi.com/be your own kind 24. Thanks again for your continued support and enjoy the episode. Well, hello, Vivian. How are you today?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I am doing fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. It is warm outside, which is not too warm, but it's like perfect warm outside. So that actually made my day.
Yeah, it has been pretty hot. I'm in Tennessee, so we get some pretty hot weather. Pretty hot.
Yes, yes, it is fairly hot there. I think when I went there in Memphis, it was fairly hot. Fairly hot. Where are you in Tennessee?
Clarksville. It's like
Clark.
all depending on where in Nashville, but probably like 55 miles from Nashville.
Oh, okay. So you're out there with good barbecue, though, right?
Huh?
Are you out there with good barbecue? Is Tennessee
I,
known for
I,
barbecue?
I don't know because I don't eat meat.
I forgot about that. Yes, you are a vegan pioneer.
I usually don't say vegan. I usually say plant-based, even though they are kind of the same. Vegans are more, they're like animal activists, and they, when anything, any byproducts, whether it's makeup, clothes, or anything like that. So, I try to be careful not to call myself a vegan because I don't want no vegan police coming after me. You know what I'm saying? So I just say plant-based to keep it safe.
Understandable. You are right, because people that are strong about their stance, they will like call you out on that. Speaking of social media, I would just like to start where started our beginning on TikTok. Like you are officially the first person ever that I have interviewed based off of TikTok, or even like met off TikTok, because you're part of the BYOK community and everything. We're like social media friends now, right? And
Yeah.
it was interesting what your first message was like. Are you a real person?
You have to check sometime on social media. You have so many bots and fake accounts, and when you have over 400,000 followers, you just don't know. I mean, like, what's the scheme? What's the motive? What you reaching out to me for? I
Right.
get, somebody follows me because I have so many followers, and it's really hard to try to delete bots and all. It's just too many. So now that my account has slowed down a lot, I usually have followers coming in maybe like 69 to 99 a day. And I can actually go through them and decipher what's a fake account and what's not. And that's why I always ask, because when I look at the content of somebody that asked to follow me, and I'm like, are they real or not? Is this a real person, or is this a bot pretending to be somebody else? Because you do have a lot of fake accounts that perpetrate other creators. And so I just be wanting to make sure, because I don't know, how that is going to affect my account if the people aren't real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that made sense. It was just the first time someone ever asked me that. Because normally, you are right. Because the messages I've been getting is, do you want a sugar daddy? Do you want me to? I think people that want to read your palm and stuff like that. So I thought it was interesting that I was dodging bots, and then I got a message like, "Wait, are you real?" But what drew me to your TikTok account was just, first of all, was your energy and just the fact that I can work out sitting down in a
Mhm.
chair. Yes, yes. If you have not checked her out, she is working out in a share, and your brand is entitled Share Fit for Fun, actually, right? So I am just wondering, like, I'm wondering about the journey, like, what led you to this brand, and what's your story behind Share Fit for Fun?
Well, it actually, it's a good story. Well, I started actually getting into fitness in 2000, I'll say 2009 or 10. 2005, around 2004, 2005, I had a stroke. I was 218 pounds. I was very unhealthy. I mean, I was really unhealthy. And so I remember going to get tested. I went to Nashville and they did 3 hours of testing on me because they thought that I had a tumor. They didn't know if it was an aneurysm, or a tumor, or if I had a stroke because I had a spot on the front lobe of my brain. So after doing all the testing, they found out that I had a stroke. And I was in my 40s, early 40s, somewhere around there. And the doctor told me basically, if you don't get your life in order, you're going to mess around and have another stroke. He said, usually when people have a small stroke, like within 6 months, they have another stroke. And usually it's a bigger stroke. And it took me, honestly, it took me 3 years before I took my life, my health seriously. So even after he told me or she told me that, I still continued to do whatever I wanted to, eat what I wanted to. And then just one day I just was tired of feeling so lethargic. I was tired of not being able to do certain things without, tiring out. I just didn't like the way I was feeling. I didn't like the way I didn't like it. And so I started going to the gym, and I started doing Zumba classes. And I never forget how tired I was. I was in the back of the room. I was so tired. And most of the time, for that whole hour, the majority of that time, I walked in place with the music because I couldn't keep up. I was just too out of shape. And after it was done, I remember the Zumba instructor coming to me and saying and encouraging me. She says, I see you. She said, don't told me not to give up. She said, you're doing just fine. And I just, and I was just like, it's just, I'm just so out of shape. And she was like, just encourage me to keep coming back. And I went back and I went back and back and back and back, kept returning. I changed my eating habits. And before I knew it, within like a few months, I had dropped from 218 to 186 pounds just doing Zumba. And then I was in the front of the room. I was no longer in the back, honey. I wanted to be seen. Hear me? I wanted to be seen. I wanted to be seen. So I made my spot permanent in the front. And I enjoyed it so much that I wanted to become a Zumba instructor. So I became a Zumba instructor. And for 5 years, I taught Zumba of no charge. I taught it, in the church, and had a great crowd. I would have anywhere from 30 to 50 people in the multi-purpose room in the church. And so after that, I was inspired to start, just working out with people. And well, let me go back. I take that back. Okay. After the stroke, I started working out, and I had a coworker named Charles Williams. I never forget. And he was overweight too. And I went to him and asked him would he mind coaching me in weightlifting. Now, mind you, he out of shape. He more out of shape than I am. But the reason why I asked him, because I was familiar with him and I knew at one time he used to be into fitness. And I thought this was a good opportunity to, encourage him, for him to get back in shape. He had lost his father and everything, so he just went the other way and he just stopped caring. So it took about 2 months. We started working out together, and then we had a competition, who could lose the most weight. So everybody in the plant was betting on us, who was going to lose the most weight. But in that, him helping me, it did something to me, because he sacrificed time in his day to work out with me to help me get to a place where I wanted to be, even though he was out of shape. But we got in shape together. And I was like, I want to do for somebody else what he did for me. And in that, I just started saying, I'm gonna become a personal trainer. So I got certified. And right down here in my home, this whole area back behind me is allocated for training. I got all kind of equipment down here, and this is where my clients would come before COVID would come. And so that's where my start in fitness really, at least training other people, it started based on someone helping me. And so I moved down here, and it looked like a dungeon. I didn't have none of this stuff down there. I didn't have no equipment or anything, just my knowledge. And a young lady came, and she was like, she hired me, but she had a lot of physical limitations. She had, I think, some screws in her back, her hips or something like that. So she was in a wreck. So it was very difficult for her to do traditional workouts. And I just felt so bad because everything she did, from a jumping jack to, it was just hard for her. And so I said, well, I'll tell you what, I said, well, I don't want to, to give up, so let me just do some research. And I went on YouTube and seen two guys. And this guy is 60 something, his name Eugene. And then the other guy is called Size. And I looked at both of their styles, and I liked them. I liked their energy. And one was sort of like dancing. Eugene was like, he was dancing, and the other one was doing more fitness with weights and things like that. And so I just took the two and I meshed them together, and I came up with my own style. So when people, see me in the chair, my workouts, they always tell me how unique it is, because it's not like anybody else's. There are a lot of seated workouts. There are a lot of chair fit influencers or, people that inspire you from a chair, but honestly, they're boring. I've seen them. I have seen them. I would not want to work out to some, but chair workouts are starting to become pretty popular now.
Oh, are they?
Yes. Yeah. And sometimes I wonder, because sometimes I see a little bit of my style in other people's workouts. And I said, I'm inspiring somebody, and so, it doesn't bother me, because sometimes I actually look for ideas and inspiration to continue to create, because we're in a chair and you like, okay, what else is she going to do different? It's, because after a while, I'm thinking, I'm gonna run out of stuff to do. I can only do so much in a chair, but you'd be surprised at the things that you can do from a chair and still get the same results as if you're gonna do them a traditional way. So my chair workouts, initially, I wasn't even considering anybody who was amputees. I didn't consider people who couldn't stand for long periods of time. I didn't think about, I wasn't thinking about it. I just thought I was just gonna be working out of the chair because it was a great idea. And then I started noticing that people were following me and were saying, thank you, I'm an amputee, thank you. I have fibromyalgia. Thank you. I just got surgery in my ankles. I have pins in my ankles. Thank you. And all of these different things. And I'm like, wow, it woke me up. And I was like, it's a lot of people to need what I do, but at the same time, one of the reasons why I think that I never really thought about that community is because I just, I don't know. I just didn't think about it. I was like, I used to say it too. And I should say it live. This is not for old people. Because every time People hear chair exercises, that's what they go to. They say, oh, my grandmother does that in the Y. No, your grandmother doesn't. She doesn't do chair fit for fun. Okay? This is not a senior citizen workout. We're not, and a 2, and a 3, and step. No, we got to get it. We got to sweat. You know what I'm saying? We got to have some fun. We got to dance. We got to throw those battle ropes. We got to hit them towels. We got to do stuff to get that heart rate up and moving so we can feel good. Moving is life. You know, moving is life. I don't care who you are. I don't care if it's a walk in the park. I don't care if it's a walk in the pool. Find yourself moving because the body is meant to move. We were created to move. Moving is life. A body that doesn't move, loses. It does. What's that cliche that said? A body in motion stays in motion and a body at rest stays at rest? Think about it. If you do not move, your muscles start to deteriorate. If you just, think about people that are in wheelchairs, and notice that they're hefty up here, but their limbs and everything, lower half is, they can't do anything with them. So their muscles deteriorate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's moving, it's life. It just is. But, I got started because a client came in and I thought it was a grand idea to put her in the chair. And all we did was lift our legs. I didn't have an idea. I didn't know what the heck I was doing at all. I was just throwing my legs and arms around in the air, trying to come up with something, literally. And I felt so silly. And I thought, who's gonna do this? This is silly. All we're doing is lifting our legs. That's all. I couldn't think beyond lifting our legs. And I was like, what else can you do in a chair? And, and then as time went on, I just started getting a little bit more creative, and people love my seated workouts. I think it's because they love my energy.
Yes, that's what I was drawn to, your energy. And you are different because you use the resistant bands and sometimes you have the weights. So it is a lot of versatility. It's not just me sitting in the chair like, lift 1, 2, do this or whatever. And it's an exercise that everybody can do. That's what I love about it. Like, it's accessible to everyone, from down to a child up to a senior citizen, actually. And the misconception also that aqua aerobics is also not a senior citizen workout, because that helps me move, on I always say land. It's so weird, but I can move better in that water than I can on the land. But just by trying your chair workout, I'm like, girl, it's a workout. And I feel like you're changing what exercise is, because we think of exercise, you have to be on your feet, Pilates, all that other stuff. What is it? I don't even know them because they're so scary. Lunges and all that type of craze, whatever. But some people are just not at that level yet. And I feel like some people, outspeak people as me, I can get intimidated by some of those exercise programs just for the simple fact that I'm limited physically to do any of that. So I'm in the class. Well, I can resonate with that walking, because after a while I can't go as far. So it takes someone like your teacher, your instructor, your Zoom instructor saying, you know what, take your time, take it day by day. And that kind of birth you helping others now. I love your whole story. Like, my takeaway was you started to intentionally take care of yourself, and now in turn you're teaching others to do the same. So I think that's just pretty dope. I think it is.
Yeah. And, and also, like you said, a key thing is for everyone.
Right.
And I often, when people start following me on TikTok, they will say things like, because they were wheelchair. I started having a lot of wheelchair community come and was excited about what I was doing. And they start tagging other people that was in the wheelchair community. And I had to tell people, I am not for a specific community. I am for everyone. Please don't tag me in a certain way. Anybody can do my workouts. from people that's amputees. We work out from the top up. Some people want to dance. Like you said, there's a variety of things on my YouTube channel, from battle ropes to using the stability ball, to we stretching, to we dance, to we use lightweight dumbbells. I mean, it's just, I do HIIT. And the reason why I have so much variety, because I know that there are other people who want more than just upper body. And so I try to mix it up to show people that, you still can get a hard workout if you want to, right from a chair. I done had so many thousands of people tell me, oh, I can do that. That's easy. And then when they join the YouTube channel and they go in the comments, they was like, ooh, looks are deceiving. You start seeing people saying, ooh, I'm tired. Ooh, you tricked me. You tricked me into working out. I've had people told me that I tricked them into working out, but they actually enjoy it. And they said because the time goes by fast, they don't think about it because they are engaging in my energy, and I think that speaks volume, because when I'm working out in my chair, I'm not thinking about anything but the person that's in front of me, and I'm like, okay, my focus is them. Okay, what can I do? Who's watching me? Who needs this? Whatever. And because what a lot of people don't know is when people share with me their challenges and their disabilities, I have a lot of disabilities that people cannot see. So they see me in the chair. Well, it's easy for you to do that because you don't have this and you don't have any idea.
Right.
People learn that I have spinal stenosis. I have a degenerative disc. I have arthritis in my back. I have osteoarthritis in my knees and my shoulders. I deal with sciatic nerve pain. I have numbing in the feet. My hips, my joints in my hips are starting to bother me from the years of standing on concrete. So I have a lot of issues that people can't see.
Right.
And so I can relate and understand with other people and what they deal with on a daily basis and how challenging it can be to work out the traditional way. And so I'm glad that I'm able to relate. I'm able to relate. I'm one of those fitness trainers that is not the status quo when it comes to how I look. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be the status quo on that. It doesn't matter to me about the chisel look and all that. I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're going to judge me based on how I look, you need to go on, because this ain't for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes people think when they see a fitness or personal trainer, whatever, because I used to do it, and I'm like, okay, they are chiseling and everything. They must know what they're doing. No, don't judge that based off of looks. I just want to know, can a person get me to where I am? No, I don't want somebody as unhealthy as me. If they can't breathe, walking a foot, no, I don't want you training me. But I'm just saying, I don't get caught up in the shell. Only thing I care is you have the knowledge and you can help me to achieve my goals.
Exactly.
That's what I care about, and that's what I want people to take away when they work out with me. Hey, she may not be the the skinniest, and that ain't even in. Who, nobody want no bone but a dog. You know what I'm saying? Nobody don't want a bone but a dog. But you know what I'm saying.
I got you, girl.
Because I have had comments that says that I need to work out. They would tell me in the comments, you need to get up out of the chair. Yeah, when I first started, you need to get out of the chair, and they didn't say it in a friendly manner. You need to get up out of the chair and do something, because obviously the chair is not working for you.
Oh my.
Yeah, I've had trolls like that, but I have a very hard shell. So trolls don't bother me at all, because I realize it's not personal.
Right.
It's with them, so it doesn't bother me. I'm very a very strong minded person. It takes a lot to break my shell. But yeah, when I first started out, I used to have a lot of mean things said to me, and I was like, people really don't understand that people really need to sit in the chair and work out. Everybody is not able.
Right. And you just said it right there. People don't understand. They just see an exterior. Because I would have
Hmm.
never guessed that you had, other ailments. I'm like, man, she's so healthy. And it's like people don't know your backstory. All they see is what you put on social media. All you see of me is what I give you. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know what's going on in the background. That's why it just doesn't it just never make sense to judge anybody in my opinion anyway. But I feel like it's easier for a person to do that online because you can't see them. You're not face
Exactly.
to face with them, and half of those people don't even have profile pictures on top of that. So you don't
Yeah.
even give me the chance to even see who I'm speaking with. That's how
Exactly.
much of a coward you are.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
also, a lot of people do not know that I deal with a um, issue called gastritis erosion.
What's that?
And so it is where the lining of my stomach is inflamed.
Okay.
And usually, when people get gastritis, it's usually from like some type of bacteria, but mine is from ibuprofen. And so when I was working, I didn't have any idea that would bother your stomach. I mean, I was taking 800 ibuprofen on a daily basis, sometimes 3 times a day. And I had no idea the damage that I was doing to the lining of my stomach. And so now when I eat, it doesn't matter if I'm drinking water, if I'm eating, vegetables, my stomach, it expands to like I'm about 5 months pregnant. It actually expands. I actually have a video that I put up on my TikTok, and people were really surprised, that my stomach was so expanded. So sometimes it's hard for me to work out when my stomach is like that. So just say if I eat something, I have to wait 24 hours before I really can, feel okay to work out because my stomach is so expanded, it's so uncomfortable. And I can heal it. I can, but I like snacks. I like snacks. And so, yeah, I like snacks. I like Oreo cookies.
Me too.
So, I even have like when people tell me about their struggles with their eating habits, I can relate.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? And so I don't be like, well, you need to stop this, you need to stop that. No, no, because I struggle too. And
Right.
I wonder sometimes when I see personal trainers, and I take my hat off to those who are that disciplined that they're just not moved by anything. But eating is comfort for people. That's the way we bond as friends and family. I mean, food brings people together, and we love, as humans, we love to eat. it's
Yeah.
it's it's comforting, and so it's hard to give up those things that you love to eat. And so, I do understand. When I first started out, I was real hardcore with my clients, you know, and it was like, Vivian, we can't eat nothing. Only thing we can eat is air. I mean, y'all can eat something, but it wasn't what they wanted to eat. I had a long list of items that things you could eat and you couldn't eat, and they didn't like it. And I was like, oh my goodness. But I do understand the struggle in, restricting yourself from things that you love to eat. However, this is what I used to tell my clients: you had all your life coming up, and right before this moment, working with me to eat everything you wanted to eat. Now, all I'm asking you to do is for a certain amount of time till we reach your goal. Just do this until you reach your goal. Now, what you do outside of that, it's up to you. But after you reach your goal, I promise you, you're not going to want to go back to that. You're going to
Right.
want to maintain it. Because if you go back to doing what you was doing before you came, you're going to start all over again. And that's what's going to, you're going to have to start all over again. I've been there and done that. I can't tell you how many times I've started over myself. and it's not fun. And the more you grace in age, the harder it is. I'm 57 years young, going through menopause, and I thought something was wrong with me until I found out that it's hard to lose weight when you're going through menopause. So, but I love what I do. I love what I do, and if it brings a smile on somebody's face or helps somebody to feel better or gives somebody hope, I can't tell you how many times people have said thank you to me. And it is so heartwarming and a tearjerker for me because, I mean, it's just people are really like, I just been looking for you. I've been looking for you for a long time. I finally found something that I can do. I've been told that, you're amazing. I, where you been? And that just really warms my heart because at one time I was going to give up. As a matter of fact, I did throw in the towel. I threw in the towel. I did it like 2 years. I was like, nobody's catching on to this. I'm not going to be successful with this. I just wasn't speaking life because I wasn't seeing the fruits of my labor.
Right.
Fast as I wanted to. It took a lady seeing me on Facebook, and she said, "Hey, ain't you that lady that work out in the chair?" I said, "Yeah." She says, "Well, what? Did you stop? I haven't been seeing you." And I said, "Yeah, I don't really think I want to do that." She said, oh no, you need to start that back up. You need to start back that." So I did. I started up 2000. It was 2016. I started up doing like I had a group, like a private group, and I would come in and I was so many times a week I would do Chair Fit for Fun. And then somebody encouraged me to take it farther than that. And I was like, "What do you mean?" It was like, you need to take this and you need to make a business out of it." And I said, "A business? How would I do that?" They said, "Online, virtual." I was like, "Virtual?" I didn't know nothing about nothing. So I started my online based business, chairfitforfun.com. I got my website, I got my Zoom and everything, and I started having online based clients. And I did that, like I said, up until right before the pandemic. And I haven't picked it back up since. Um, it's just because the fees were challenging. They were a little bit too much for some. They didn't want to. Yeah, they just said it didn't fit their budget. And I was like, okay, because I'm not about fitting your budget. You know what I'm saying? Because we invest in what we want to invest in, what we feel is of value.
Right.
If you think my fees are too high, then you don't feel that I'm enough for that. You don't feel like that I'm valuable. So yeah, and I just said, well, I'll just start doing my YouTube. I started YouTubing, and for those years I had 269 followers. That's it. I started my Chair Fit for Fun TikTok in 2020, and then my channel started growing, and I got up to 3,000. And recently here on my second account, because I lost my first account with my own fault, I just couldn't get into it. So I couldn't get into it. I started me another account, and literally I had the account for a few, maybe 3 months. I posted one video and it just went viral. 11.2 million views on this, and almost 1 million likes on this one video. And it's just like a lot of people say, they go to sleep and wake up and then boom, it's a viral video. Only thing I had on there was, I didn't have any, I had like 4 or 5 videos on there at the time. And I said, I'm gonna go ahead and post me a chair workout video and see what happens. But I really don't want to. I really don't want to start up another chair fit for fun page. And when I seen it go viral, I was like, honey, we about to get down on these. I got excited. I was like, oh yeah. And then I kept looking, and it was just people were just following me. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's 100,000, it's 200,000, oh my gosh. And I was so excited, and I was like, ooh, all the people that I can help, you know. And yeah, and so now I'm at 400,000, I was almost at, I think, like 430, and I don't know what's going on, but I'm losing probably like about 100 to 200 followers a day now.
They're getting rid of bots. That's a bot clean when that happens.
Oh, I thought somebody had said something like that,
Yeah.
and I
Mhm.
wasn't sure. And I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, they're cleaning up bots. I know YouTube was doing that specifically. So maybe that I was mad because I don't have that many. So I was like, "Where's my extra 30 people?" But they got they were saying we're doing a bot sweep. I'm like, oh, like,
Oh, because
yeah,
I know, yeah, I was telling my husband that because it's a TikTok. I guess they're like uh, TikTok strategist or whatever. And she was saying that her name is R Toyota 45, and she was saying that they were going to start doing that.
mm-hmm.
When I told my husband, he said, "Oh Lord," and I said, "What?" He was like, "That can be good and that can be bad." He says, "If you got $100,000 worth of bots, they gonna be gone." I was like, "Okay, so be it." But yeah, I was wondering about that. So you just confirmed that that's what's going on. Okay. So I was like, man, they mad at me or something? I'm thinking, did somebody say something? Somebody, talking about me? It'd be a whole lot of TikTok drama and stuff like that.
It is.
And I'm thinking, wait a minute, should I get off this app or what? But yeah, again, I love what I do. I love, helping, change people's lives, bringing some kind of, hope in their life, a smile or whatever. Um, Even my son asked me, he says, Mama, he says, I like your chair workouts, but why you got to smile through the whole workout? He, he said, you smile. He said, Mama, you smile so hard. And he said, why you smile so hard? And I was like, because I enjoy what I do. I says, and the fact that I know that I'm helping a lot of people brings joy to me. I said, and then also when I went to a Zumba, when I got licensed as a Zumba instructor, that's one thing that they really harped on about. When you're in front of your class as instructor, you are to engage with a smile. It puts out the energy. If people see that you're enjoying what you do, they're going to enjoy what they do. I can't work out in front of nobody looking like, they got the resting face. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got a resting face with me, I'm not going to want to work out with you.
No. I already don't want to do
it. So yeah.
Right. This is incredible. It is so many takeaways that I've gotten out of your journey. Just number one, kind of just flowing, because you flowed into something that at first you knew it would work, but then you kind of just was like, and then someone out of nowhere, because that's how life happened, is like, hey, wait a minute, you're making a difference to me. I need you to get back on that. And then it just one video, and it's just like, boom,
Right. Yeah.
And I love that. I love the not giving up, and I love the still flowing with the energy or with the task at hand, and that's what you did. And I just love the fact that it's not for self. You just wanted to touch and help people, and I'm glad that you're fulfilling your purpose with that, because we all need that. And like you said, the weight loss journey is not easy, especially when you have a relationship with food, and it makes it easier when you are attached to someone that can relate to that and know that it is almost unrealistic for a person to change a habit they had their whole life in like 24 hours, and to even admit your struggles. Like, I like Oreos, Not
Mhm.
yeah, because you said earlier I'm plant based. You could be like, no, we eat spinach all day. You like, no, I want an Oreo every once in a while, and that's realistic. Because even
Mhm.
after we lose, I feel like some of these weight loss programs they give you the right tools.
Mhm.
However, they don't prepare you for real life because after you
Mhm.
finish that, now you've lost this weight, and you're like, now what? Am I supposed to be like this forever?
Mhm.
And then you go back into your old habits. But we need programs that'll teach us, hey, in moderation, you can have what you want, but this is something you should eat this mostly, and but you can
Right.
still put in your favorite snacks. And I feel like now, the healthcare providers or personal trainers are being more realistic in their planning because
Mhm.
that's what works. Because
Yeah.
you have an Oreo every once in a while, but you're not back unhealthy because you eat an
Mhm.
Oreo every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's more realistic for me personally,
Mhm.
than someone saying you can never have Oreos a day in your life. Well, then I'll just be overweight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that be the thought pattern. Like, well, no, I'm sorry, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it.
And I know that there's things that we enjoy. I mean, with the way the food industry is today, and everybody knows that it seems like everything that we eat, healthy and unhealthy, is tainted with something, some bacteria, some salmonella, recall on this item, recall on that. It's always something going on with our food and everything. And so, as far as I don't know, I just think when you were talking about how have things in moderation, and I'm okay with having things in moderation. At the same time, when I eat whatever I eat in moderation, know what damage it's doing while I'm eating.
Exactly.
Okay, you're gonna have your Oreo cookies, but you know that that's gonna cause inflammation in your body. So I always say to people that think of it this way: I'm gonna have a little poison today. This is kind of how I help my clients not to eat. So you're gonna have a little poison today. All right, that's okay. So maybe you'll have a little poison next week too. And we got that. You know what? After a while, all that poison is going to build up in your system, and it's
Right.
going to start causing problems. So you make a choice. Either you're going to continue to eat clean, I said, or you're going to add your poison in every now and then. Because either this is how it looks. It's two things: faith and doubt cannot live in the same space. Health and unhealthy eating habits cannot reside in the same space. One is going to overpower the other one. So you make a choice whether you want to eat clean or not. You cannot do both, but we do. But I do,
Right.
because it's like sometimes I even said I have videos. It's called Vivian Talks, where on my YouTube channel, in my Chair Fit for Fun, it's called Vivian Talks. And sometimes I just want to talk and just express myself and how I feel. And I tell people when I share about my gut issues that I'm dealing with and why I'm dealing with those gut issues, it's not nothing nobody else done. It's what I'm doing to myself. So if I want to heal my gut, I know that there's some things I have to give up. But honestly and truthfully, I'm not ready to give those things up right now. It may sound bad coming from a fitness trainer, I know. But I'm just being real. It's just my truth. I like Oreo cookies. You know what I'm saying? I like them, and I know they're not healthy for me. And so I say that, like you said, oh, I'll eat some in moderation. But is it really okay if you think
No,
about
no, it's not.
it?
It's not, but it's realistic.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, because it is realistic.
It is very realistic. So here's a question I have for you. Like, what advice do you have for a person that that wants to restart their health journey? However, they're just defeated from all their failed attempts. Like, what advice would you have for that person?
The advice I have for people who have started any kind of program and failed it over and over and over again: change your mind.
Mm.
exercise your mind first. That's the biggest challenge, is to get your mind lined up with your body. Get your mind right, you'll line your body up. Until then, you're just gonna keep failing and failing and failing. You have to have a made up mind, and that's the hardest part. Once you get past there, everything else just falls into place.
I love that. I love that. And that is so on point, because your mind can either make or break a situation anytime.
Mm-hmm.
I was just telling my husband that yesterday. There are a lot of people who have psyched themselves up and thought that they were one thing, that their body just follows suit, or their situation just follows suit, because they were convinced that they are this thing or they're going to be this thing. So the mind is so powerful.
Because you think about it, like sometimes when I come down into my gym, my mind is not it's not ready, because you really have to mentally prepare yourself for the change that's getting ready to happen in your body, because your body is going to reject what you're doing. And if you don't have a strong mind, you're going to listen to your body and you're going to sit down. And I'm not saying not to listen to your body, but I'm talking about a person is healthy or whatever. Just, I'm not talking to, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that you're not supposed to listen to your body. Yes, listen to your body. But sometimes when we listen to our body, it causes us to not to move forward. When my back hurts, I'm tired.
Excuses.
So we'll give those excuses and we'll listen to our body and we'll never move ahead. That's why you hear people say, I'm gonna start Monday. And then Monday come, well, I wasn't able to get all the food that I wanted to start for Monday, so I'll start next week. Look, get this right. Get your mind right, you'll get your body right. That's just the way it goes. I've never seen nobody try to get the body right first and then get the mind right. It don't work like that. You have to have a made up mind. You have to have that determination that I'm going to do this. You have to get ready to get your mind to be focused, because I have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like I was gone for months off of YouTube. And I had to tell myself, okay, you had a long enough break. Get your mind right. People need you. Go downstairs and get in the chair. And sometimes it's hard. People do not understand. I wish people could feel my pain when I'm in the chair. Every time I sit in the chair, even right now, from the time I get up to the time I lay down, I'm in pain. I have to take some special gummy candy, you know what I'm saying, so I won't hurt. And it's just, I'm always icing, heating, or whatever. When I get out of bed in the morning, literally, I'm folded over and I have to straighten myself up before I can even start walking, because it's just so painful. Sitting down for long periods of time. And I have to be up moving. If I'm not up and moving around, I hurt. Sitting down hurts, hurts my back. Being still for long periods of time hurts my back. So, getting in my chair sometime, and I think just from the joy of what I do, it kind of takes my focus off of how I feel when I'm in the chair. And so that's why when people see me and they're like, you just don't look like you're hurting or anything, but people have no idea the pain that I'm in when I'm in the chair. I haven't worked out for a whole week now because my back is in so much pain. You know what I mean? But as soon as it lifts up, I'll be like, it's time to sit in the chair. I definitely have challenges, and honestly, Renita, there are times where I literally am in tears, and I'm asking God, can you I just want a new back. Just give me some relief. Just, restore my back. Make it new, because I'm tired of it hurting. And same with my gut. Those two things. If I can have a brand new stomach and a brand new back, honey, look, I ain't gonna never do wrong by it. I'm not gonna never do wrong by it. What? Well, I don't want an Oreo cookie. That might mess up my stomach. Go on with that Oreo cookie. Nope, not at all. Yeah. And my husband just shakes his head at me sometimes because I was like, okay, this month we're just gonna do veggies and we're gonna do fruit. Nothing else. Nothing else. No bread, no this, no that. And then I'll call him. I'll be like, what we having for dinner? Casablanca? And he just gets so quiet. And sometimes I get these long stares. He says, I thought you were trying to heal your stomach. I am. We'll start next week. I have the same struggle. I do. And I know what to do. It's just a matter of me applying the knowledge that I have to heal my body. And that's it. It's just a matter of applying what you need to do and then doing it. Participate in your own healing. You know what I'm saying? You have to call to action. You got to get up and move. Let's just do it. Stop making excuses. It's okay.
Yeah, because application, to me, I feel like that is the hardest. Like, I know what to do. We all know what to do. Yes. It's just applying it, and then when applying it, it's just, and that's a whole new podcast.
And it's hard to apply it, and that's why some people need accountability partners. Mm-hmm. I am your accountability partner. And I do what I do to push you, to help you reach your desired goals right from social media. And that's my goal, just to help people to, just stay on task, stay on track. If this is something you want to do, I'm right here. And I try to tell people, reach out to me. Here's my email. You need some encouragement. It don't cost you a thing to email me and say, hey, Vivian, I'm struggling. What can you suggest to me to do? What can I do to combat these cravings I'm having, whatever. And I tell people, you can reach out to me. I'll be glad to help. I don't charge for advice. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And that's it.
I love that. I love everything about what you do. I love that you're making exercise fun and accessible. That is, once again, that's what I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to share with everyone that, when you go to my channel, sometimes it can be intimidating because they'll feel like they can't keep up with me, but I have what I call video and video modifications. So even though I'm working out, they can look up in the corner and they can see a modified version of what I'm doing so they can keep up. And I was inspired doing that by another YouTuber, content creator I seen that's into fitness. And I was like, that's a good idea, because often people ask me, can you show the modified version? And so I start incorporating that into my videos. And so now I have video and video with modifications.
Nice. You just make it simple and easy for everyone, don't you?
I'm trying.
You're doing it.
Yeah, so people won't have an excuse.
Okay.
It's about don't have excuses.
Right.
I've been told, Vivian, you're going too fast on my TikTok. Can you slow it down? Is it a modification for that? Sure it is. Go on over to my YouTube channel and you can have all the modifications you want.
No excuses. So here at BYOK, we have a signature question that I ask everyone. And that question is, if you could describe yourself in one word, what would it be and why?
If I could describe myself in one word, it would be lively. Because that is just who I am, what I'm made of. Matter of fact, Vivian means lively. I was born to be lively, and that Because my personality, everything about me is lively. And yeah, that's the only thing I have about that. That's why. Because I was born lively.
You were born to be lively and to help other people improve their livelihood. So,
Yes.
it goes hand in hand.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Well, where can people find you on TikTok? Where can people find you on YouTube?
Okay. You can find me on TikTok at Share Fit for Fun or Vivian Morrison on TikTok. On YouTube, it's Share Fit number 4 Fun, not FORU or FOR, just number 4, Share Fit for Fun on YouTube. I do have a Share Fit for Fun Instagram. However, I really do not, I'm not active over there. Because I'm not successful at traction, so I don't really fool around. But the main ones is TikTok and YouTube, and it is Share Fit number 4 Fun.
Love it, love it, love it. Anything else you like to add before we close up?
Um, Only thing I really have to add is if you are seeking for change and you want to have some fun, you need to drop a few pounds. Maybe you just need to move a little more. You want to feel better. You need to come on over to Chair Fit for Fun. Because why? Because Chair Fit for Fun is a chair based exercise where you sit, you move, and you groove right from the comfort of your home, live with Vivian.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And like I said, I love everything that you're doing. Consistency is key. So I have planned, to try to do it more consistently. But I just wanted to see what it was like. And it's a workout, y'all. It's a workout. We're not playing patty cake in the chair. Your heart will be pumping. So. So I just love everything you do, and more importantly, I love your energy and I love your intentions behind what you do. And I just thank you so much for being on my platform today, and being a part of the BYOK. Like, she just jumped all in. She's all into swimming all in BYOK, and I appreciate that. Like, to feel love from strangers, is something else. Like, social media is not all drama. There are so many beautiful people in the world, and I am just so happy that we attracted each other with our energy. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so appreciative.
Yeah. And I'm so thankful that I was like, oh, I told my husband, I'm gonna be on a podcast. He was like, yeah. I said, her name is Renita. I was really excited, and I appreciate you for having me. I really do. And the feelings is mutual. When I really got connected with you, I can feel the energy. I just knew that you was gonna be just a wonderful person to connect with.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And I was a real person, so that helped out too. Well, listeners, you heard Miss Vivian. If you want to start your health journey and you're just like, reach out to her. She is here. This is what she does. She is here to help you make that first step and to hold you accountable so that you can reach your goals, and don't give up. I think life is all about, you stop. You just gotta start over. Life is about start over. It's just, I feel like it's less impactful when you just stay there and don't push that start over button. So until next time, don't forget to be kind to yourself and each other. Bye. Bye.